Alright, so quick little background story about this battle. I had this last night, and we all know what yesterday was, so if I make some weird plays or forget some plays that I made, then yeah, we should all know why. Anyways, I still thought this was actually a really good battle. It came down very, very closely. And I'm using a team that I based around for Alligator that I made about back in December, and I haven't changed it at all. So I was actually kind of surprised about how well this team did against my opponent's team, which has a lot of hitters. His only two walls are Umbreon and Gligar, which means he's running a very offensive team, which means just about his whole team is going to be a problem, so I really have to watch out for that. But nothing on this team really appreciates taking one or two banded V creates, so I lead off with my Victini, but he ends up leading off with the Manchow. Now, because Manchow naturally does outspeed Victini, I don't want to take the chance of it possibly going for the Stone Edge, so I just make the safe switch into my Gligar, as he actually does go for the Stone Edge, and this gives me the perfect opportunity for me to get up my Stealth Rocks. He does miss the Stone Edge, but that extra bit of damage really doesn't come into play at all in this battle, at least in my opinion. Now, the way he brought in Azelf, that automatically told me that, hey, Azelf is carrying Ice Punch, so I switch right into my Porygon 2, take the hit like a monster. Then for some reason, I switch into my Roserade. I don't really know why I did that. I should have just left in Porygon 2. Even if he brought in Umbreon, it wouldn't have been too big of a deal, and that would have given me a free switch into my Roserade to start setting up spikes. But no, I switch right into my Roserade as he goes for the U-turn. He U-turns out again with the Manchow. Luckily, I'm able to live the U-turn with Manchow, allowing me to get up one layer of spikes. And with him having no rapid spin or any type of hazard I get up throughout this battle will be here to stay, as I for some reason leave in my Roserade for fodder to this Azelf when I could have definitely kept Roserade for later on and got up even more layers of spikes. But yeah, that was really dumb of me, and at the time I wasn't thinking that. Although this now gives me a free switch into my Victini, as I'm going to click V Create and just incinerate something. So he's going to bring in his Gligar, obviously because he didn't go for the U-turn on Azelf. He did think I was Scarfed, and normally Gligar would be able to take a Scarf V-Create, then roost off the damage, but no, I'm banded, and that easily 2-hit KOs the Gligar. And because Gligar is more than likely his Stealth Rocker, that means he's not going to be able to get up rocks anymore, which gives me a great advantage because I do have my own rocks up and a layer of spikes. So he's going to bring in the Porygon Z, and at the time of the battle, I did not see him get the special attack raise, so I'm thinking, oh hey, my Porygon 2 can come in, take it hit, then get off a good amount of damage with the Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, right? But he actually ends up going for the agility, and still, I'm not worried about this at all. I'm thinking, man, I'm Porygon 2, I can take this, take two of them, then knock out Porygon Z, but no, that does entirely way too much damage as I go for the Thunderbolt. Now I run Thunderbolt over Discharge just because I like the extra bit of damage, but having Discharge over Thunderbolt does have its own advantages, just preferably I had a Thunderbolt over Discharge, so yeah. Anyways, I then switch into my Hitmontop. I don't know why, I guess maybe I thought I knew I could take a Tri-Attack, and luckily I am, and I'm going to go straight for the Sucker Punch. Thankfully for me, he didn't go for a Nasty Plow or an Agility, because even if he had done that, he only had about 2 Life Orb hits, so one Life Orb hit would have been used to take on my Hitmontop, then the other one would have been used to knock out my Porygon 2, which I would have switched in as Death Fodder. And he's going to bring in his Raikou, and I really do not want to risk him possibly being Sub-Calm Mind, so instead of going straight for the Sucker Punch, I actually go for the Close Combat, as he goes for the Aura Sphere. Now yes, this does give me a free switch into Victini, but he probably didn't go for the Volt Switch thinking I would bring in Gligar, and if he did go for the Hidden Power Ice, I still would have brought in Victini. So the fact that he went for Aura Sphere as opposed to Volt Switch or Hidden Power Ice, I guess really isn't too big of a deal, but he's going to bring in the Umbreon, and I know from prior experience that after a layer of Spikes and Rocks, Umbreon does get OHKO'd by banning Victini's V-Create, so I easily knocked that thing out, and it turns out that Gligar and Umbreon really were not a problem as I thought they would be, but he does bring in the Manchow. Obviously, I don't want to take a possible Stone Edge or a possible U-turn, so I'm just going to switch into my Porygon 2 basically as Death Fodder, but it turns out that I actually live the U-turn. So in the end, I still get switch initiative as he brings in the Azelf. He's going to go straight for the Ice Punch, knowing how much damage it did earlier in the battle. He knows it will take me out, and he does knock out my Porygon 2, which is fine by me, allowing me to bring in my Feraligatr, go for a Dragon Dance, and possibly sweep through his team. But he goes for the normal Gem Explosion. And after the normal gem, I knew my Feraligatr had no chance of living this. So he easily knocks me out, and at this point it's 2-2. And here is what I thought would be the most important play in the battle, because if I had brought in my Victini instead of my Gligar, he could have easily gone for the Stone Edge or possibly U-turned, expecting me to bring in Gligar and brought in his Raikou and taken out my Gligar, which means I would have to bring in Victini, go for the V-Crate to knock out the Raikou, allowing Manchow to knock me out with the Stone Edge. But he actually switched into Manchow as I brought in Gligar. So in the end, the luck was on my side, and even if he does switch into Raikou, it will be knocked out by the Earthquake. So his best play to go for is going to be the Hidden Power Ice, which he actually ends up mishaving. And before anybody says, oh, the fact that he mishaved Hidden Power Ice completely changed the game. No, it doesn't, because Gligar can easily live one Hidden Power Ice from Manchow, because most Manchows only run 4 special attack EVs. So it really doesn't matter that he mishaved and didn't have the Hidden Power Ice, because as he brings in the Raikou, he's easily going to be able to knock me out with the Hidden Power Ice, allowing me to now bring in my Victini, take the Hidden Power Ice like a monster, click the V-Create button, and win for the 1-0 victory in my favor. So yeah, in the end, it was actually a pretty good battle. Even though I made some stupid plays, I still thought it was pretty good. I had a lot of fun actually. And hopefully y'all did enjoy this battle. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like. They are always welcomed. Leave a comment, because I do enjoy reading y'all's comments. And if you're a new subscriber, well, I want to say new subscriber, but if you just stumbled across my channel, feel free to subscribe. And with that, enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your day, and I am out of here, everybody. Later.